Hey, nice haircut, dude.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, but first of all,
First of all,
how you doing?
how you doing?
How's your haircut, dude? It's nice.
Thanks,
What's
dude.
what's what's the origin story?
It's so I was born and then my hair grew and then
Nice.
I cut it. And no,
Damn.
I paid someone to cut it. I didn't cut it myself. That's a lie. I'm taking credit for something I didn't do.
What's
I
it?
mean,
What's
I
it?
paid the money.
Okay, and what's the desire of the character? I mean, it's never fun or
The
interesting if there's no.
the desire is that I desire, you know?
Okay. Was it like you had long hair and then people started disrespecting you and bullying you, and you're like, I'm gonna
They
show
were
them,
like,
and
this,
then
yeah.
yeah.
No, I just, no, it's just nice, to not, was get, you know what I'm saying?
That's not a fun origin story.
Dude, it gets really weird when I start talking about my hair and my hair getting long because I've got anyways.
Okay. Are you
People
recording? Just
know.
just so I confirm.
Huh?
Are you recording?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
You just saw me look, right? So
Yeah, but I can't see anything, so it's too
yeah, no,
bright.
but you saw me look.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Anyways.
Yeah.
Well. Okay. So nice. Did you ever have
Nice.
long hair, like really long?
I think the longest I had it was like no, I never had like long hair like you're thinking, like Tarzan style. No. What
No.
about you?
I just, for me, it doesn't also grow long. It just grows wide.
Same.
Yeah. Or at least for a while. I guess if we keep growing it and also chemming it,
I
if
think
we.
I think the long hair you have to go at it strategically, you know? I don't think you can just let it grow. I think you have to do it strategically.
What do you mean?
Well, you have to cut certain parts, and then there's like a phase where it looks really, really. For people who have long hair, I think there's a phase where it looks really bad.
Yeah.
It just looks really unkempt and stuff. And you have to you have to be creative in terms of how you get over that phase. You have to figure out what you can't just let it grow and just cut at the side. I don't know. I don't know anything, dude. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
talking
We're
about.
not hair experts, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, it's similar to a beard. There's a period where it just does not look cool, and you have to
Yeah.
get over that hump, and then it works
But
fine.
dude, I like your hair, man. It's like a little whoop. You know what I'm saying?
Here, yeah, I mean,
It's like a little whoop. You know?
dude, I wish I had gone to the hairdresser yesterday because now they're
Is it
closed for a
natural?
month.
It's au naturel because we're doing this in the morning.
It's actually natural, yeah. I didn't put any hair
Wow,
gel in
nice,
it.
dude. This is how you wake
Oh,
up?
yeah,
You sexy motherfucker, man. Shit.
yeah. It's yeah.
So you wake up, dude?
Dude, but I was thinking maybe it would be cool to grow my hair really long sometime. But
Yeah, dude. That's what I wanted to do, but then the guy he cut my hair too much, and I was like, because I'm Indian, I was like, instead of being a good person, being like, hey, bro, can you just not stop cutting? Stop it. But yeah.
how are you gonna
It
grow
is
it?
what.
Like silkly
But do you also
long
get the
hair?
feeling?
That's
Yeah. Do you also get the feeling as an Asian that you're not as sometimes you're not as like direct.
assertive.
Oh frick! You're not as direct as our European brothers and sisters.
Sure. But you can say what you want. I think that's not a problem.
I,
You mean
I
he
have
or she overrode you? Like you said.
no. He just no. Like he was on board with what I was saying, and he was like, even when he started cutting the top, he was like this much, and I was like yes, and then he started, and then. I guess maybe I spaced out, but before I knew it, like he had cut way more than I wanted, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess." And he was like a really nice guy as well. We kissed afterwards, so.
Oh, nice. Did he give
No,
you
I'm
some
just
money for
kidding.
breakfast as well? And cab fare?
Yeah. No.
No,
I
it
was
didn't
the
go
one
that
paying.
far.
I was the one paying.
Oh, very generous.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a gentleman like that, dude.
Did he actually offer, but then you were too nice and you're like, no, I can't accept it, but I'll give it to you.
Of course, man. It's those Asian genes, you cook for them, and then play with their butthole a bit. You know what I'm saying?
Jeez.
What you got against buttholes, man?
Good for you.
Oh, thanks.
But hey, I agree. This time off really helps, in my opinion, because I get to spend so much time with myself, and I feel like it's getting easier and easier to say no to things.
Time off meaning what exactly?
Time off meaning you're not outside so much because of the quarantine. I'm mostly home, and I just spend mostly the time alone now or read. So I just get to think a lot, and then I think you're more in touch with yourself, and then you can actually express more what you like to do.
I thought that we said we don't touch ourselves anymore last week.
Are we
Anyway,
gonna
so
talk
you were
about porn
saying
again? No.
I think Razwan is about to blow a gasket. No, but you were saying that you're able to say no easier.
Yeah. I mean, there are not opportunities to say yes or no now, anyways, in my opinion. But yeah.
But for example, what?
For example, I mean, something very, very basic and simple is, for example, my sister and Vanya they moved to Berlin a few weeks ago, so I go to their house. I went there yesterday, for example, as well, and they always offer that I just stay over, especially now because there's a curfew at 10 strictly. I have to be indoors by 10, so they were like, look, why don't you just sleep over and then go in the morning? And I was like, don't feel like it. I don't want to. In the past, I would have thought, okay, I'd rather not, but I guess I'll just do it. But now I just say it. It's so simple. It's so simple, But in the past, I would still hesitate. Would
Well,
you do
that's
something
good though,
like that
man.
too? Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. And I think so for me also like the idea of not even wasting time contemplating.
Mhm.
Oh, but wait, will they feel insulted which obviously they won't, but like that's the kind of thoughts I used to have back in the day. Like, will they feel insulted if I say no? Or I would just not like now. It's like I just make a decision even before the evening, and then like I just it's never a question
Yeah.
of me. So I think similar in that sense. I mean, I think you and me we talk a lot about boundaries and like trying to set them. So I think that was
Yeah.
also like.
Well, speaking of boundaries, dude,
Yeah.
Mark Manson, our god, he has a new book, audiobook actually. Have you listened to it?
No, what's it called?
It's called Love Is Not Enough, I think. It came out a while back actually, but I just discovered it and I listened to it. It's really
Good
good.
stuff. Yeah.
Good stuff. It's about relationships, and he interviews several people privately and anonymously. I mean, privately, it's being recorded and they know, but anonymously, and they go very, very personal, very intimate, and talk about everything basically. And he then comments also what that means, and kind of tells the audience what to do in those cases and what's causing that, etc. And it's actually really interesting, and he just talks a lot about boundaries and being vulnerable, all those kind of things.
Be vulnerable, dude.
Yeah. Taking care of yourself, because then your boundaries naturally just go up more because you like yourself more. All those kinds of things. It was very interesting.
Did you listen to the whole thing? Did you
Mhm.
buy it or what?
Yeah, I actually did a trial with Audible months ago during the first lockdown, and I just hadn't listened to it yet. So I listened to it, and then
I was on Audible as well, and then I realized it's not that cheap, dude.
10
You know what I'm
euros,
saying?
yeah.
10
Yeah.
euros per month, and then you have to buy each book, like mostly.
Well,
I
if
mean,
you
you get
want
those free
a second
credits.
book.
Huh?
Well, if you want multiple books, yes, but for $9.95 you get at least one book per month.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I think it's okay.
You're right. It kind of is worth it.
Yeah,
if
I
one
actually
uses
signed
it.
up again, and I'm listening to a book called Nonviolent Communication, which was highly recommended by Mark Manson, by Neil Strauss, and by a bunch of other people.
Non-violent communication.
Yeah, it's talking about how to communicate not to hurt people. around you.
Oh.
If that makes sense. So an example was like this the author was he was talking to a couple. He was talking to a married couple that they were fighting a lot. And so she just kind of exploded and said, "Look at him. He's not even talking. He's a wall. He's like a wall." And he said, "Whoa." And then apparently the guy really just shrunk together and didn't say anything. And it actually became a wall. And so the therapist...
He turned into a wall?
No, I mean, wasn't saying it. He was just silent.
Okay,
And
hold
so,
up, though. Like brick wall or concrete wall? All right, he was silent, and then
he was silent, and yeah, the therapist then just said, like he basically says, whenever you say something, it always is or very often is infused with your own assumptions and your own feelings. So obviously he's not a wall. So a correct communication will be, and she's blowing up, right? So she's angry as well. So a correct communication would rather be, I feel sad when, or I feel frustrated when you don't answer my questions, or when you don't speak. Kind of like that. I just started listening to it, so I'm not really an expert in it, but very, very limiting, and really, like, for example, if you say about a person, he always bothers me, let's say, right? Then you should actually specify and say, the last 2 times we spoke, I was getting a bit frustrated. That way, it's just much, much more limiting and less hurtful. And it's actually true, right? If you say he's always, it's just an exaggeration. And
yeah.
Anyways, this is getting into technicalities.
Well, I have this new theory that, like, you know what I'm saying?
What?
Okay. So I was thinking about it, and and like, I was thinking about the way so I was thinking that when we communicate, when we talk, we're not really like sharing information to each other. I feel like we're more just like, we're just kind of talking to ourselves, and we've got it's like this weird theory in my head, which I'm still trying to figure out how to put it into words, but it's like every friendship you have or relationship you have, it's like you've got some idea of this person in your head, right? And then when you're telling them stuff, you're really just talking to yourself. So the things that make you want to say, like the things that make you want to give advice, like the things that like if someone comes to you, your friend, and says, "Hey, I'm having issues with my job," and then you start giving advice about it, you're really just giving advice to yourself.
Oh yes, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're like a motivational speaker, you're really just doing it to motivate yourself. And that's not to say that it's a selfish act. I just have this idea that I think we kind of think that we're talking to each other and helping each other and motivating each other, but I think we're actually living more of a subjective experience than we think.
Yeah.
I don't think we're really having that much of an effect. I don't know. It's a weird.
No. I do think I read about this. It's this author called Austin Clown, I think he's called.
He that's my pen name, dude.
He also says whenever you give advice, it's basically you giving it to your younger self.
Yeah, I really get that feeling. I really, really get that feeling. And anyway, so it's just.
But that's not bad, right?
No, not at all.
What do you think of this? So,
I think it's great. I think it's great to know that, because if you think about the things that really, like, let's say I have this sense, like, real big urge to tell you, hey, stop doing this or start doing that. You know, like one of those. If I have that urge, then
it's actually about
if
me.
I think
right.
No,
I mean, I'm talking in your voice, so about you.
Yes, exactly. So
self,
I think, that's the thing, is if I think I'm actually giving it to you because I'm so altruistic or whatever, then that's fine, whatever. But actually, if I realize, the reason why I have this strong urge is because I want to actually do this in my life, then it can actually have a very strong effect, I think, in helping.
That's good, man.
Anyways, so
That's good.
yeah, you were.
I completely. I think it's that's a good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah. Austin Clown though would be a great pen name for me, dude.
Austin Clown, I think he's a great artist, Steel or something. I have it back there. All right, I can check again. But I was just thinking because my sister always told me, because she also went to international school, right? And then she said they always invite. They have this anti-drug campaign. I never had this in my school, so she talked about there was this anti-drug campaign where they invite people and they talk about, don't take drugs, kids, like kind of like that. But very often there were Christian moms, who like she just felt the charisma wasn't there, and she thought, why would I believe you because you've never even tried drugs, or smoked, or were an alcoholic. And she said it would be way more effective if a guy who used to be in and out of rehabilitation, maybe almost died of overdose. That story is much, much more effective. And that's also, I guess, when those people then actually give advice, it feels more like they would also give it to themselves, the younger selves.
Yeah, that is true.
Right?
That is true, yeah.
Because, I mean, if I tell some kids, like, don't take drugs, it's not as interesting because I never took drugs. But if, like, this tattoo, this, like, I don't know.
Well, hey. What you got against tattoos, dude?
No! I mean, it does make you more badass, I do believe. Come on. Dude, we talked about being assertive. If we want to really be assertive, we're going to get a tattoo first.
We should get a tattoo that says assertive.
Yeah.
with like a
on our
arrow,
forehead.
yeah, on our head.
Yeah, so they can
assertive
see it.
And then an arrow pointing downwards. This guy.
Yeah, listen to this, and then arrow to the mouth.
I am giving advice to myself. Don't mind my advice. It is only advice for me.
It's what's the worst tattoo you've ever seen?
Oh dude, the worst was I did this short course once, and there was this guy.
Short course on what?
It was like a fitness course.
Oh.
Yes.
So it must have been short because I don't see the results.
Thanks, dude.
Oh.
I know how you felt so sad about your burn. Like,
I feel so bad, man.
Yeah, you were like, oh.
I always have to clarify.
I love how you gave me the burn, and then you reacted to it as well. You were like, oh. That's the best, man.
Yeah.
That's the best.
I don't deserve a tattoo. That shows. Oh, man.
That was clearly you just talking to your younger self. Oh, what's up, you weakling?
Oh, hey. Oof. That's... Yeah.
Anyways, but... yeah, so I did the course, and there was a guy there, and this guy, he had like 6-7 tattoos, and yo, man, like I swear to God, it was like 10-year-old me like doodling on a piece of paper,
man.
and he was like, yeah, he was like showing them, and he was like, yeah, I got a tattoo gun and did them myself and stuff, and I was like. Yeah, well, I hope you fucking did him yourself, because if you paid for this shit, and like, and it looked so bad. Like he had all these Mickey, like, it was so weird.
What do you have against Mickey Mouse?
No, it wasn't literally Mickey Mouse. When I say Mickey Mouse tattoos, it's from wrestling. I had to throw in the wrestling.
Mickey Mouse is in wrestling? What do you mean?
No, so The Rock used to say, to insult the Undertaker, he used to say, "Get your big dead ass out here. Get out here with your Mickey Mouse tattoos." So, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Does he have Mickey Mouse tattoos?
No, he has tattoos, and then he called them Mickey Mouse tattoos to make fun of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but okay, all right. I mean,
it's like The Rock's call.
I understand.
Saying, I'm gonna whoop your candy ass.
I get the logic. I get the logic, but
yeah.
I don't have anything against Mickey Mouse. If anything, he's kind of like a hero.
Oh, dude, you love Mickey Mouse, dude.
Dude, I was researching Disney World, man. It's actually open right now, and
Okay,
I
can I
wish I
ask
could
you a
be there,
question? A serious question.
Mm-hmm.
If Mickey Mouse was like, "Yo, you and me can do a podcast every week, but in order to do that podcast, you need to stop doing the Kimchi Curry podcast," what would you say?
Nah, of course not. Come on.
Yo, what's
Come
up with
on.
the hesitation, man? Just answer the question.
Dude, I mean, it depends on the parks. Let's be honest. If he says I'll get a free house forever in Disney World, it's hard to say no, man. I must admit.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the last episode of.
Dude, I mean, we talked about this. One day we're gonna go to Disney World together, and even then, you'll be convinced. You'll be convinced. You will do the same thing then.
Disneyland
Is
the happiest place on earth.
It will dude. Dude, this yeah. It's open right now. I can't believe it.
Dude, I need to
Probably
go
limited,
see
but-
I need to do Iron Man. I love Iron Man.
Yeah, dude, they have Marvel. I think they're working on Marvel stuff. But they have the Star Wars thing. They have Avatar and Avatar,
but,
Pandora.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just want to give a great shout out to my good friend James Cameron for his new movie Avatar.
Dude, the second and third and fourth movies are coming out, I think, starting next year.
Why?
What do you mean?
Why?
You
Who
didn't like the
cares?
first one at all?
Dude, the only good thing about the first one was the fact that it was the first movie in actual 3D, not this
Yeah.
bullshit 3D that
Yeah.
they pull. And it was mesmerizing in that sense, but story crap.
Story was crap, but the effects were amazing.
Effects were amazing. Yeah, the 3D was amazing.
Yeah.
That Colonel dude was freaking awesome. Like he
Yeah.
was just a badass.
Yeah, Sam Worthington,
Like, Great
It's
bad
kinda
guy,
boring.
but Sam Worthington has not been good in anything I've seen him. This guy is like the worst actor ever.
yeah.
I'm really sorry, Sam. I know you listen to the podcast, but dude, like your acting is really subpar for someone who's so freaking famous. Like this guy is like world famous. He's had like 4, blockbuster movies, and they've
Yeah,
all
Terminator.
been terrible.
Yeah.
Terminator. What was that one with the gods? The
Oh yeah,
Titans.
Titan of God or something. Titan.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
that
this was like
really
the-
bad.
this was the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then they made a sequel.
Oh yeah.
Clash of Titans, it's called.
Oh, Clash of
they
Titans.
made
Yeah.
they made a sequel, dude.
With him?
They-
No.
I don't know if he was in it or not. I just remember
Even the
being
producers realized we made a mistake. And
Bro,
then they pulled the
like,
gun.
this was so bad. And like, you know what they did in Terminator?
What do you
In
mean?
Terminator, they had Christian Bale, who was
Mhm.
like super, he was on top because of the Dark Knight or Batman Begins or whatever.
Mhm.
And so he was on top, and they had him in there, and they were like, "Yeah, we want to make a movie about John Connor in the future, right? Finding the things." And then some producer was like, "Oh, this Sam Worthington, he's so hot right now. I love him. Put him in the movie." And they
So
were
hot
like,
right now. Is that
"Whoa."
like?
They were like, "Bro, we already have a story. We've got a script and everything." They were like, "No, put him in the movie." And
They
then
changed the story for the guy.
and then the script writers had to rewrite the script
Oh,
to fit in Sam Worthington. And if you watch the movie, it's
that was
so
horrible.
disjointed because
Yeah.
there's kind of like two main dudes, and it's really disjointed, their stories and how they get, how they gel together and stuff. It doesn't really make sense,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
so it really made sense to me when I read this that like they were like obsessed with Sam Worthington and they needed him in the thing.
Damn.
Man,
That's the time when Christian Bale bullied the sound guy, right? Or the
what
light guy.
the
Or something.
fuck are you doing? Don't you think it's fucking distracting when we're trying to shoot the scene here? I'm gonna kick your fucking ass, you fucker.
Jesus.
He goes nuts, man. And you hear
Do you
people
think he
go
was
like,
giving
"Whoa."
himself advice?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
Like
Yeah.
he definitely had some issues.
Oh yeah, for sure.
like
yeah.
like
yeah.
if he went home that day and was like, "Oh yeah, that was all Shane's fault," then he clearly has no issues. But I think he knew that it was,
Yeah.
you know, he had some
I mean,
home
dude,
issues and
yeah.
shit
I
to
mean,
deal
we all
with,
do in some ways, right?
you know.
I mean, he's a great actor. I mean, Christian Bale, freaking legend, dude.
Dude, he's the freaking
Prestige,
man, dude.
freaking love that movie.
Oh, dude, Prestige, I love it, dude.
Yeah. Also,
Hugh Jackman,
Hugh Jackman, yeah, really
dude,
good.
this guy, dude, 10 out of 10 human being, alpha male.
Yeah, and so nice too.
Yeah.
He's in the-
But then also, hey guys, oh, alrighty then,
Yeah.
it's
Plus,
me, Hugh Jackman.
plus he can sing. I mean, jeez. Have you seen
Oh,
The
let me
Greatest
just
Showman?
sing and he can dance.
He can dance.
Let me
he
just
can
sing and dance and deadlift 200 kilos and then you know what I'm saying?
Dude, and hey, look, he's been together with the same person for decades now. So I mean, I think that's something I also respect.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I think that's what people always. Dude, do you know Zappos?
No, who's that?
So it's a company in the U.S. You know Zalando, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Zalando basically copied their idea. So Zappos is basically Zalando, the original in the U.S. So shoe
Zalando
delivery,
is
cloth
European
delivery.
more or what?
Yeah, Zalando basically took the idea and implemented
Okay.
it here in Europe. Great job, obviously, but the idea was already out there. So, I mean, which is fine. Yeah, in any case. So, the founder, I really looked up to him. I have a book of his actually back there. Delivering Happiness, I think it's called. And, like, he's a complete role model in terms of keeping your employees happy and keeping your customers happy. So you do anything to make them happy. And he actually designed the company to, for example, he said he only wants people to work for the company who actually like working for the company. So whenever they hired a person, they gave them like a deadline, like in the first month, if you realize this company is not really for you, we will actually pay you to leave the company. Like he would give them thousands of dollars to say, okay, no, this is not for me. And no hard feelings, you know, but it's better if you leave. Like this kind of super cool. So people who actually were working there were super happy and, you know, all that stuff. And he also seemed like a happy guy. He's a billionaire, but he was living in a trailer park, you know, in a trailer park with an alpaca and stuff. Super cool. And he just a few weeks ago, he passed away.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, and I was shocked to hear that. And he's only 46. And so I read about it.
Fucking 2020.
I know. So
Yeah,
I was
sorry,
reading about it more, and at least according to the Wall Street Journal, so I can't confirm, but apparently it said like they said he apparently had a bunch of alcohol problems and drug problems, and it was escalating quite a bit. And so also the way he died, he suffocated during a fire experiment or something, because he was experimenting a lot with fire. But he barricaded himself, so it's not really sure whether it was an accident or maybe even, I don't know. Maybe there's more news about that, explanation about that in the future. But according to the article that I read, all those stuff, he was already researching rehabilitation clinics in Hawaii, and so he knew it was a problem. And apparently his friends were starting to want to organize an intervention, but it just never came to that because of his untimely death. And I was just thinking, wow, like from the outside you have everything going for you, and everyone knows of you to be this happy person who also cares about happiness of other people, who does a lot for the the whole community and stuff, and yet still the ending was so tragic. So you never know actually what is really going on in a person. I don't know why I came to this. What were we talking about before? I don't want to bring the mood down again.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I don't know where the jump was.
Hugh Jackman.
Oh yeah. So private life. Sorry. So I think it's also very important to have a good private life, and at least in Tony Hsieh's case, for example, he wasn't married, for example, and I mean, that's fine. But I think if you are married and have kids, it gives you some kind of stability and meaning. Generally, on top of that, I don't know. That's just my assumption. I'm maybe talking to my younger self here, or my future self.
Get married. You should scream at yourself. Get married.
Do you
Get some
want to get married
stability.
one day?
Sure, one day.
Do you want to have kids?
Sure.
How many?
100%. Little Ali. All 10. Just one.
Just one?
One's enough. Yeah,
One
one's
and then
enough, 'cause
spoil
you
the
go
kid
broke
completely?
after that. There's two choices we have in our life, Pascal. We either live
Have
a
kids or go
live a
broke?
lonely, lonely semi-fulfilled life, or a fully fulfilled life and go broke, 'cause the kid is gonna take all your money.
Mm. Mm.
But
I don't
you
think
raise
so.
them well. You raise them well, and or her, and you show them. You know, you don't tell them about all the money you're spending on them, and then
Yeah.
by the time they grow up, they'll make like 10 times more than you,
Mhm.
and then it's all good, right?
Yeah, I don't. Nowadays, at least, I don't think you should have kids to, benefit from them financially, like as a
That's
as a
how it.
pension.
That's dude.
retirement.
In India,
I mean,
they would
that's
have
still obviously
they
in
would
many
have 20 kids, and they would push
Yeah.
they would put all their resources into one of them to become a doctor, and then his job was to take care of the rest of the family. That's how it works in India. It's deeply ingrained in my mind.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Why don't comedians earn more if they say, one laugh a day keeps the doctor away? If doctors earn so much, why don't comedians earn so much then? All right, okay, fine.
That
know
is
it-
a good question, though. That is a
I
good
mean,
question.
is it? I don't know.
No, it's a
We don't go to
terrible question.
comedian school.
All right, let's wrap it up, dude.
All right. Yeah, you have good Christmas plans though. Just to wrap it up.
Well, I'm getting the flu vaccine on the 23rd, so no, I'm gonna probably be recovering from that.
Flu
On the
vaccine or
24th.
the COVID vaccine?
No, the COVID vaccine is not out yet.
Okay.
The normal flu vaccine.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, I'm helping my I'm now become a fully fledged how do you say, like, member of the community. I'm getting a weekly COVID test, and I'm
Oh.
getting the flu vaccine. I've never gotten the fucking flu vaccine in my life.
Wait, you're getting
I
a
didn't-
weekly test? How do you do that?
So my work pays for a weekly PCR test until the 4th of April, and so I took advantage of it. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So
Wow, that's cool.
yeah,
You have to go to a place, or those tests.
yeah, it's 5
right?
minutes
Okay.
away from work. It's
The-
5
the
minutes away from
testing
work.
areas, okay.
Yeah, there's testing areas, but this is at a laboratory, and or like
Cool.
a laboratory, and so I just go there and I get the test, and they tell you they put it online. You can log in and you can see it online like 12 hours later the next morning.
Wow, nice.
And I do it mostly to because I see my dad every week.
Yeah.
So for that.
Better be safe.
and
Yeah, if it's paid
Exactly.
for anyways.
Yeah, it's paid for, so whatever, it's an
Yeah.
80 euro, 85 euro
Wow.
test, which is paid for by work. Once a week I can get tested for free there. So I was like, yeah, why not? I mean, the
Nice.
woman, she really jammed it into my nose, and I was like, so now this time I'm going to tell her, like, dude, the first time I did it, like, it was very gentle. I don't think you need to jam it into my freaking nose so that I, feel it for the whole evening.
Yeah, I know what you
'cause
mean.
seriously,
Happened to yeah.
they're so weird sometimes in these laboratories, like in Vienna. Like, you walk into the thing and they just stare at you. And they're not smiling. They're just staring at you like, there's like 5 of them. I guess they're all Civildiener. They're all like doing their civil service.
Yeah.
And they're just like staring at you with this like weird, like, not even neutral, like this, like you're bothering them. And I'm just like, can you at least act like a little normal? You know what I'm saying? Anyways. And like, last thing I'll say, which I'll say to my younger self. One thing that really annoys me is when you walk into a store or walk into a doctor's thing or whatever, anything. And this, I don't know if let me know if this happens in Berlin as well. But you walk in and then you look at the cashier, you look at the receptionist, and they're just staring at you. And it's like, and then you're
Really?
like, they just stare at you. Like, they're not like, hello, or you say hello, and then they don't even say hello back. They're just still staring at you. You know what I mean? Or like you say hello, and then they don't say like, hi, do you have an appointment? They just say, you say hello, and they're just like, hi. It's like this weird, it's like, anyways.
Okay, rant over.
Yeah, my laboratory experience, it wasn't
But
the
cool,
best.
cool that you're getting tested regularly. Stay
Yeah.
safe. And you guys too, everyone who's listening. Thank you so much for listening. We're gonna be back next week again. Please follow us on the gram at Ali the Hasnain and Pascal Hausberger. And we're gonna be uploading clips also on YouTube in the near future.
Oh, and
Yeah.
TikTok.
And TikTok. See you guys.